Muntaser Nafe has been trying to build his house for the past 8 years, but he hasn't been able to. He says Israeli settlers regularly attack the building in the occupied West Bank, so he filed a lawsuit against one of them. But in what is believed to be the first case of its kind, it's being heard in a Palestinian court, not an Israeli one. His house is located in Burin village. He says problems began after 2 illegal Israeli settlement outposts were built in the area during the past decade.
They walk for 7 kilometres towards my house, then tell me that I am in the settlement's lands. This is my land and I insist on building my house and staying here.
Nafe's lawyers say this is the first lawsuit to be brought against an Israeli settler in a Palestinian court. They've been able to bring the case as the settler has dual nationality. It followed a decision by the Palestinian president to dissolve agreements signed with Israel. Relations with Israel were later restored, but Palestinian Authority officials still encourage plaintiffs to seek legal action. Although Palestinian courts do not have jurisdiction over Israelis, they can look into cases against dual citizens. But it's unclear how any order by this court would be implemented. The court is finding it difficult to serve the settler with a writ, and Al Jazeera was unable to obtain details of his nationality, identity or response. Nafe's lawyers say the case could establish ways for Palestinians to achieve justice outside Israeli jurisdiction.
This could be a preliminary step. When we have a final court order, we can resort to regional or international courts. One could even file for compensation in Israeli courts.
Palestinians want the International Criminal Court in The Hague, or ICC, to investigate Israeli settlement activity. In 2019, the ICC's prosecutor said she believed there are grounds for opening an investigation into alleged war crimes in Palestine.
This actually supports the prosecutor's contention that the state of Palestine does have jurisdiction over all areas, all parts of its territory, and also over all people within its territory.
The ICC's pre-trial chamber has yet to rule in its jurisdiction in Palestine. But many Palestinians say they have little faith that the court's decision will change their reality. Back in Burin, Nafe says he plans to keep building his house, no matter how many times it's vandalized. Nida Ibrahim, Al Jazeera, the occupied West Bank.